New Orleans is getting ready to deal with Hurricane Gustav. And the question is, if this is a head-on hurricane, Category 3, coming right into that New Orleans port, will the levees hold? Will the dikes hold? And the point is that the federal government has spent $127 billion rebuilding New Orleans, and they did not rebuild New Orleans to withstand a Category 5 hurricane. They did do certain areas, the areas where wealthier people live, the white members of New Orleans. Just fuck this up.
Alright, good.
New Orleans is getting ready for Hurricane Gustav. Now this is a major test. You have to understand, alright, the last hurricane when Katrina hit New Orleans and destroyed New Orleans, it was obvious that the federal government, FEMA, it doesn't work. These guys were out of control. They were asleep at the switch. They didn't know what they were doing. They didn't orchestrate things. They made terrible decisions. They made late decisions. It might have been better if FEMA didn't exist during that hurricane. So now they've had 3 years to fix FEMA and to fix New Orleans. This government has spent $127 billion fixing New Orleans, and we're going to know what that means potentially in a couple of days when Gustav hits. Now, if it's a head-on hit with a high surge in terms of the tide coming to New Orleans, the question is, will the levees, will the dikes hold? Now, what most people don't understand, they don't know, they haven't been informed, is that when they rebuilt the dikes in the sections where the white people live, they built the dikes strong enough to withstand the surge. In the lower lying areas where the African Americans live, they didn't do that. So you could see part of New Orleans back underwater and other parts of New Orleans where the dikes hold. This is going to be a national tragedy for the governing party, which is the Republican Party, if New Orleans doesn't hold and if they don't come through this hurricane looking pretty good. Because they had an opportunity from the ground up, from 0 hour, to redo this thing right. And we're going to see whether or not they did it. And if you happen to live in New Orleans, good luck to you.